In this video, we're going to talk about population characteristics, specifically around quality of life. Between 1994 and 2000, Canada was ranked one of the best countries in the world to live in. This was based on access to good food, fresh water, regular employment, and good housing. But what was discovered was that many of the Indigenous people that live in Canada do not have access to these resources, and therefore are ranking lowered. And unfortunately, those conditions have not greatly improved since that time. Life expectancy is a key sign to the health and quality of life in a community. How long people live is determined by access to resources, access to healthcare, opportunities for employment, or those things can limit your life expectancy. Life expectancy in Canada differs around different characteristics. So men have a life expectancy right now of around living to 80 and women 84. If the population in the south, it has a higher life expectancy than people who live in the north, and those who live in urban have a higher life expectancy than those who live in rural communities. The northern communities, many of which are Indigenous, have a much lower life expectancy, and their deaths could be related to cancers, respiratory issues, and sometimes suicide. Literacy rate, again, is how many people 15 years of age or older can read and write. There are 1 billion people currently on the planet who do not have the ability to read or write, and under 10% of kids in developing countries make it to secondary school. There are communities where girls are not permitted to attend school at all. This greatly limits their quality of life, their ability to get work, to move beyond sort of the pattern of wealth or poverty that they are born into. Also, they found in girls that do attend school often have fewer children because they learn about their bodies and how to prevent children, and they learn the impact of having lots of children has on your quality of life. So with education comes knowledge and about the world and about yourself, and can allow you to increase or improve your quality of life. They also talk about earning power with regards to quality of life. Now, they calculate this in a couple of ways. One is a per capita income. So you would take the amount of money by each. So you take the average amount of money earned by every person, and so that would be your per capita income. And then your GDP, or your gross domestic product, is the total of all the value of all the services and products that are created by a country divided by the people who live there. Now, these can be thrown off if there is one industry, so for example, oil, that makes a lot of money for a very small group of people. But if you averaged it out among all the population of the community, it would still seem like everyone has a good quality of life or earning power. However, the reality is you have a very small number of people who make a lot of money, and then a majority of people who make a very little money. But when you have that average, sometimes it can be deceiving.